Hi, guys. Welcome to the Sunday morning podcast for the North Carolina Photography Group. I'm Chris Getty. And as always, you can feel free to comment or give me a holler and we can maybe collaborate one day on one of these. Um, the views expressed here are just mine, not NCPG's. All right, so DJ, one of our illustrious members, posted in there about his neighbor wanting to hire him um, because the photographer they hired was having surgery and he wouldn't be able to do it. And they also wanted DJ to just give them the JPEGs and not edit them and don't worry about it. What the guy's obviously either doing is it's one of two things. One is there was no other photographer. He's just trying to find someone cheap, and he figures, hey, if they don't have to edit the photos, then whether give him $100, to do it. Or two, he's telling the truth, and hopefully the other photographer gave him his money back and he is, wanting to hire somebody of quality. He knows DJ is a photographer, obviously, and he's been shooting some weddings with us. And I think it'd be a good idea for him to go do it. Now, he's a neighbor, so go help your neighbor out. I wasn't joking when I said $500, whatever. The guys. I'm going to tell you straight up. There's no way. Everything I wrote in there is $8.99 for 4 hours. That's great, But the guy's not going to pay it. He's not looking for that. And if DJ goes at him with even $400, he's probably going to balk. Just to be fun, be honest with you. But if the situation was, if it was a real situation, and I had a client or a neighbor approach me and tell me that situation, and I said, what, I don't know, $5.99, $6.99, whatever, for 4 hours, and they wanted the JPEGs, I really have no problem with it. I would make sure that I have spelled out in my contract that these are not, if you edit these images, you don't put my name on them. I'm not worried about referrals. I'm not worried about anybody seeing them. I could care less. It's just money in my pocket because what people don't know is I've been shooting weddings for a long time, and it's like 10-15% shooting, and 85% getting the gig. All the money I spend, everything, all the word of mouth, all the advertising, all the scrambling, the studio, the whole 9 yards. That's all designed for people to actually call and hire me, and that's where I spend all my money and my time. If someone's calling me, offering to give me money to come out and shoot, for 4 hours, and hand them the JPEGs, and I didn't have to do anything, and they're not, why not? If I'm not booked, help your neighbor out and pocket the money and go, haha, I didn't have to do anything. And I'm going to address something else, and I don't mean to offend anyone, and I really do appreciate everyone's opinions, especially when they differ with mine. I can have kind of a strong personality, and I apologize for that. I really do. I don't realize how strong it is sometimes. But when I see a lot of people commenting on someone's question, or they're asking for help, and I go look on their Facebook or I go look on their webpage, and they, he's asking about a wedding photography situation, and I look at these guys and they're all saying, well, I wouldn't let anybody, edit my photos, blah blah blah, and they'll look and and all you got is a couple of pictures of some rocks and some landscapes, and maybe shot one portrait session, I don't know. It's just it's like I've been doing it for a long time, and I know it's a hard business to be in, but it is a business, and it's primarily sales, and it is about money, and it's not about art. And if you're in the portrait business, I'm not saying all of photography. I'm saying if you're in the portrait business, or you're in the wedding business, or the newborn business, or any of that kind of, you're in business. You're a salesman. Okay, you're a photographer, but you're primarily a salesman. And if someone wants to give you money, you take it. And if you're going to give advice to people, don't just spout other of crap you read on some other blog and you've got no actual experience. If you don't have any experience in what they're asking, why don't you say that? Say, look, I haven't shot a lot of weddings, but I wouldn't do it this way, or blah blah blah. But don't come in there and just like go, well, it's against my artistic integrity to let somebody else touch one of my photos because they're so good and my ego is so overinflated that how dare anybody touch one of my images and edit it? What? This is look, this is a business, and I'm not talking about some art project you created that's glorious and fantastic, and you're having it, a big archival print made, and you're going to enter it in competition. I would be, furious if someone edited that. But I'm talking about wedding photos and kids photos. Who cares? Let them edit them. Okay. Just tell them, hey, if you're going to edit them, take my name off of them. I don't know. That's my opinion on it. And I hope you guys, like I said, I appreciate people giving advice. But if you're going to give advice, try and say, where you're coming from. If I got, it's just time and time again I see people giving bad advice just to try and justify what they're doing instead of actually giving advice from an experienced standpoint. So that's my Sunday morning rant. I hope you guys have a great week. We got some good classes coming up. We got the Banner Elk wedding coming up, and then the next day we've got one at Dewberry Farms I'm going to put up there. We also have the boot camp coming up. We want some people to sign up for that. I moved it to a weekend. I think it's the first weekend in October. I believe it is. And I will see you out there. Happy shooting. Bye-bye.